An optimistic yellow sponge living in a pineapple under the sea, flipping burgers at a fast food joint, completely oblivious to the fact that his neighbor despises him. Sounds innocent, right? But what if I told you that behind that gap-toothed smile and infectious laugh lies one of the most psychologically complex characters ever created for television? What if the world of Bikini Bottom isn't as cheerful as it seems? Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of SpongeBob SquarePants. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at this beloved cartoon the same way again. Because beneath the surface of this children's show lies disturbing theories, fascinating psychological patterns, and some genuinely dark undercurrents that might just blow your mind.
So slowly.
SpongeBob SquarePants is a sea sponge who lives in the underwater city of Bikini Bottom. He works as a fry cook at the Krusty Krab, where he's employed by the money-obsessed Mr. Krabs. SpongeBob is eternally optimistic, enthusiastic about literally everything, and maintains an almost childlike innocence despite being an adult with a full-time job and his own home. He's fiercely loyal to his best friend Patrick Star, constantly tries to befriend his grumpy neighbor Squidward, and approaches life with unbridled enthusiasm that borders on the obsessive. His daily routine involves jellyfishing, karate chopping with sandy cheeks, and perfecting the art of making Krabby Patties. The same like when you have that one friend who's always happy no matter what life throws at them, SpongeBob embodies pure, relentless positivity. But here's the thing. This level of unwavering cheerfulness in the face of constant rejection and disappointment, that's not just cartoon logic. There's actual psychology behind it. Created by marine biologist Stephen Hillenburg, SpongeBob debuted in 1999 and quickly became a cultural phenomenon. What makes him fascinating isn't just his popularity, but how his character manages to resonate with both children and adults on completely different levels.
Chub chub. Hello, I'm Chumpty Claus.
When it comes to SpongeBob's personality type, there's some debates, but the fans' choice leans heavily toward ESFJ, the consul. Let me explain. SpongeBob exhibits strong extroverted feeling. He's constantly expressing his emotions to everyone around him, wearing his heart on his sleeve in the most literal way possible. He has an overwhelming need to make everyone around him happy, even people who clearly don't want his help. His devotion to trying to be Squidward's friend despite years of rejection is textbook fee-dominant behavior. He sees the best in everyone, even when they're clearly not worthy of such treatment. His introverted sensing is evident in his strict adherence to rules and routines. Remember how he has a complete meltdown when he's 1 minute late to work? Or how he demands Mr. Krabs punish him for minor infractions? He's a stickler for doing things the way they've always been done. The Krabby Patty formula isn't just a recipe to him, it's a sacred ritual that must be followed exactly. His intuition shows up in his creative gameplay and imaginative adventures, like when he and Patrick spent an entire day playing with a cardboard box instead of the actual TV. But let's be real, only someone with serious imagination issues would find a box more entertaining than television. And his inferior introverted thinking? Well, let's just say SpongeBob isn't great at analyzing situations logically or thinking outside the box when it matters. Before we go deeper into SpongeBob's twisted psyche, if you're enjoying this psychological breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe because we're doing deep dives into the minds of your favorite characters.
Dirty Dan, I just want to be Patrick.
Let's get out of here before Sandy wakes up again!
In Jungian psychology, SpongeBob perfectly embodies the innocent archetype, also known as the child or utopian. This archetype craves happiness above all else, not just for themselves, but for everyone around them. The innocent sees the world as fundamentally good and operates from a place of pure sincerity and truth. SpongeBob's innocence is his greatest strength and his most dangerous weakness. His optimism is literally unrivaled. He can rally people to his cause through sheer enthusiasm and genuine belief in the good of others. He inspires people to default to kindness, especially those who are apathetic. The same like when you meet someone whose energy is so positive, it actually makes you feel bad about being cynical. That's the power of the innocent archetype. But here's the dark side. Innocents are terribly naive. often to the point of endangering themselves and others. They're precocious and difficult to reason with because they refuse to see reality as it actually is. SpongeBob lives in a fantasy ideal, ignoring obvious red flags and harsh truths. He's dependent on others for survival, but may not even realize it because he's so sheltered by his own optimism. This archetype also has a shadow side. When pushed too far, the innocent can become disillusioned, bitter, and even dangerous. We've seen glimpses of this in episodes where SpongeBob's innocence is shattered, and the results are often disturbing. Remember Graveyard Shift when he thought the hash-slinging slasher was coming to kill him? That primal fear breaking through his usual optimism was genuinely unsettling.
But the pickles should be right where they always are. I know I put them on. Where are those pickles?
Now, since SpongeBob is definitely a good character and not a villain, let's talk about his love languages because oh boy, does this sponge have them in spades. SpongeBob constantly expresses his appreciation and affection verbally. He tells everyone how much they mean to him, compliments them excessively, and seeks verbal validation in return. His need to hear "good job" from Mr. Krabs or acknowledgement from Squidward drives many of his actions. Quality time is SpongeBob's most obvious love language. He desperately wants to spend time with people, whether it's jellyfishing with Patrick, karate with Sandy, or just hanging out with Squidward despite constant rejection. His entire existence revolves around being present with others. In fact, he struggles when left alone in certain comedic episodes, where his reactions are played for laughs rather than used to imply actual psychological instability. SpongeBob also shows love by doing things for people. He'll work overtime at the Krusty Krab without complaint, help Patrick with the simplest tasks, and go out of his way to make others' lives easier. His entire identity is wrapped up in being useful and helpful to others. Physical touch appears in the form of hugs, high fives, and general physical enthusiasm. Though, like many cartoon characters, personal boundaries exist mostly when it's funny or narratively convenient. The concerning part? SpongeBob's love languages are all output with minimal input. He gives and gives without receiving much in return, suggesting codependency and a deep-seated need for external validation to feel whole. This isn't healthy attachment. This is someone whose entire sense of self-worth depends on being needed by others. Now we're getting into the really disturbing stuff. Hold on to your seats, because this next part is one of the most famous and darkest fan theories ever created about the show. But remember, it's just that, a theory. According to some fans, Bikini Bottom sits directly beneath Bikini Atoll, the site of multiple US nuclear tests during the 1940s and 1950s. Fans suggest the radiation might explain why underwater creatures talk, hold jobs, and live in houses. A square sponge with perfect teeth? A crab raising a whale? In this interpretation, nuclear fallout makes the bizarre world of SpongeBob strangely logical. But here's the official truth. Steven Hillenburg explicitly rejected this theory. He said the name Bikini Bottom was chosen simply because it sounded funny and fit a nautical theme, not as commentary on nuclear tests. The show's retro, mid-century aesthetic, surf rock, tiki culture, is artistic inspiration, not a historical clue. Still, the theory persists because it adds a chilling twist to the universe. It's fun to think about, even if it's not canon.
Dear friend, don't say that it's all over.
In the Dungeons & Dragons alignment system, SpongeBob clearly falls into neutral good, or what some fans call chaotic moral. As a neutral good character, SpongeBob does what seems good without strict adherence to laws or chaos. He has good intentions and wants to help everyone, but he doesn't blindly follow rules when they conflict with doing the right thing. He'll break Squidward's personal boundaries if he thinks it will make Squidward happier. He'll disobey orders if it means protecting someone he cares about. The chaotic moral designation fits even better. SpongeBob operates from a place of pure moral intention, but his methods are completely unpredictable and often cause chaos. He believes in doing good, but has zero consistent framework for how to achieve it. He's spontaneous, follows his heart, and genuinely cannot understand why his well-meaning actions sometimes make things worse. His alignment also explains his relationship with Squidward. From SpongeBob's perspective, he's being a good neighbor and friend. From Squidward's lawful neutral perspective, SpongeBob is a chaotic nightmare who refuses to respect boundaries. Neither is wrong. They're just operating from completely different moral frameworks. SpongeBob's behavior is driven by three primary psychological needs. His desperate need for social connection drives nearly every action. He can't stand being disliked or rejected. His friendship with Patrick isn't just companionship, it's his lifeline to feeling valued. His pursuit of Squidward's friendship despite years of rejection reveals a deep-seated fear of abandonment. SpongeBob needs constant validation. Employee of the Month isn't just an award to him, it's confirmation of his worth as a person. His identity is entirely wrapped up in being the best fry cook, the best friend, and the best neighbor. Without these external markers of success, he struggles with his sense of self. SpongeBob genuinely believes his purpose is to serve others. Making Krabby Patties isn't just a job, it's his calling. He's achieved what many people never do, finding meaning and purpose in his work. But this becomes pathological when he can't separate his worth from his utility to others. His psychological drivers also reveal codependent tendencies. He needs to be needed more than he needs to be healthy. He'll sacrifice his own well-being, boundaries, and even safety to maintain relationships and fulfill his role as helper, friend, and perfect employee. SpongeBob's psychology mirrors several other iconic characters across media. Buddy the Elf embodies the innocent archetype almost perfectly. Both characters share traits of naivety, relentless positivity, and a struggle to grasp social cues. They transform the people around them through the sheer force of kindness. Forrest Gump shows a similar pattern to SpongeBob, who operates from a place of simple truth and goodness. Success often finds them not despite their innocence, but because of it. Both are underestimated and misunderstood, yet they ultimately prove their worth through consistency and genuine heart. Mr. Peanut Butter from BoJack Horseman offers an especially interesting parallel. Both characters lean on excessive positivity as a way to avoid confronting deeper issues. They wrestle with loneliness, even when surrounded by people, and exhibit enabling tendencies that sometimes harm those they care about. The difference? Most of these characters eventually face consequences for their psychological patterns. SpongeBob exists in a world where his behavior is perpetually rewarded, preventing any real growth or self-awareness. So what have we learned about the psychology of SpongeBob SquarePants? He's an ESFJ with codependent tendencies operating primarily as the innocent archetype. He speaks multiple love languages, but often struggles to receive love in return. He's driven by an insatiable need for belonging and validation, wrapped in a package of relentless optimism that may or may not be masking deeper issues, depending on which interpretation you subscribe to. The genius of Steven Hillenburg's creation isn't just that SpongeBob is funny or entertaining, it's that he represents something fundamentally human, the desire to find joy and meaning in a world that often doesn't make sense. Whether he's a product of fan theories, psychological interpretations, or just an optimistic sponge, SpongeBob reflects our own struggles with maintaining hope, finding purpose, and connecting with others. But here's the uncomfortable truth. SpongeBob's psychology is only healthy in a cartoon world. In reality, his patterns would lead to burnout, exploitation, and emotional breakdown. The show works because Bikini Bottom rewards his dysfunction. Real life doesn't. Here's a question for you. Do you think SpongeBob's optimism is genuine, or is it a coping mechanism for deeper trauma? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. Your support helps us create more content like this. Until next time, remember, sometimes the most innocent-looking characters are the ones with the craziest psychological complexities.